Testing 1, 2. Oh yeah. Now I'm on the mic, rap about what you like. Don't get too hyped.
we're gonna have to fix that, man. Hey, man, hopefully you unmuted my wife. Bring me to the damn show.
Come on, y'all. This is like the Gap Band. It's like a mixture of the Gap Band, a little bit of confunction. Y'all don't know nothing about no confunction, though.
Diane!
Hey.
Happy New Year, my brother.
Happy almost New Year's Eve.
Happy birthday! Hey!
Whose birthday is?
Mine's tomorrow.
Oh, wow. You're born on New Year's Eve?
Yes, sir. Turn it up. See if we can do this right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. New Year's Eve, sir. I just checked with negative. Bro, you can't be doing stuff like that. Yeah, man. New Year's Eve, man. Best day of the year. Sometimes I feel like it's the worst day of the year, but I roll with it. No, I mean, most of my friends, like pre-COVID, most of my friends was out of town. Most of them, got their own plans, or they out of the country. They, partying elsewhere. So, we're gonna have to fix this little countdown, man. That guy in the middle, man, I don't know about that. That's a little cocky right there.
Oh, the sexy dude? Who that sexy dude with the red sunglasses?
I gotta find me some red shades like that, though.
Who that sexy man with the red sunglasses?
Yeah, that's good. Like that.
I mean, somebody had to go in the middle. I figure I picked the sexiest brother of us all.
No, I think Wes should go there.
Oh, yeah. Bare chest and everything. We put Wes up there, bare chest, and the whole nine.
Hey, let me take this hoodie off.
Hey.
Mr. Hardiman.
Hey.
Mr. Hardiman, what's up, sir? You maxed up? You in public?
Yeah, they said no. I'm at home, but they said this new Omarion. They said this new Omarion variant can be transmitted. No chances, bro. They said this new Omarion variant can be transmitted through the internet. So
he go to bed. He go to bed with a mask on.
He said, "I'm gonna sleep with it."
He said, "I'm going to bed with my mask on in my own house."
I ain't taking I ain't taking no chances with this new Omarion.
Man, listen, Omarion is out here acting up. Omarion don't want to act right. Good evening, everybody. From California to the Bay.
Wait. You can sing, Chris?
What you mean?
Nigga, I heard that fluctuation. You can sing?
So, welcome to Ask a Black Man Anything, everybody. I want to welcome all of my co-hosts to the great show tonight.
My man
welcome everybody, Javaro Forrest, Princessa, Big Bad Bull, Charles Faulkner, Jr. I want to definitely give you your props there for being a junior, because I definitely want to have somebody named after me, and working on that in another lifetime. Erica's Corner, Mr. Awesome, thank you so much for popping back in. We appreciate you, sir. Welcome, everybody. The one person I'm absolutely looking for is the person who loves Shan the most. I'm sure she'll pull up sometime soon and call him Hey Zaddy, but that's a whole nother personal thing. We're going to go ahead and leave that alone. I want to welcome everybody to the best show. Yeah, you'll see her in the comments. Well, welcome everybody to the best show on Thursday night on YouTube Live. Ask a Black Man Anything. Absolutely. Thank you for the hearts. Make sure you do a couple of things. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel. That's number one. Number two, I'm only going to ask you to do two things right now. Make sure you hit the like button. It costs nothing. It's free. Just hit the like. And here's the reason why I wanted you to hit the like is because if you like it, Instagram is going to tell everybody else that they like it too, and it's a good place for me to stop right there. Without going any further, Instagram, YouTube, y'all know what I meant. Y'all know what I meant. I'm popping tonight.
See, that's why for 2022. We gotta get Chris a show for 2022, y'all. We gotta do another night for Chris so he can get used to YouTube. Once a week ain't enough.
I'm already on it. I'm gonna do Monday nights.
Word?
Monday, yeah, relationships on Monday. I'm already thinking. When you said it, my brain started to work because yeah, we need to bring that out, and I got some stuff. So I'm gonna put you to work, Mr. Producer. Anyways, well, welcome Robert, Colin, Jerron, and Shan. I want to welcome you gentlemen to my favorite co-host to the dopest podcast on this side of the planet. I got some great news for you guys. And I'm gonna share it with you when I do my introduction. But before I share you my great news and my beautiful smile, go ahead, Mr. Hardiman, take it away. Introduce yourself.
Colin Hardiman, glad to always be here with my fellas. It's the final episode of the year. We hit 1,000 subscribers and got some more questions. Okay, but yeah, glad to be the final episode of the year. We did hit 1,000 subscribers, so thank y'all very much for your support and looking forward to the new year. Where's the clap at Shannon? Where's the...
Yeah, I don't know Mr. Longmire.
Thank you guys for the round of applause. My name is Robert Longmire out of Bakersfield, California. It is the final show of the year. We have made it through, and I'm glad I got to sit on stage with you fine brothers and the others that may show up here in a few minutes. It's been a journey, and I've appreciated every step of it, appreciated as well as enjoyed being a part of it. So thank y'all, fellas. Salutes, Mr. Jerron.
What's going on, y'all? It's good to be back in the house. Glad to be here today. As Robert just said, I'm very grateful to be here. Grateful to be amongst the brethren. It's been, over a year now. Taking the good with the bad with the good, and all of it in between. Over 1,000 subscribers, man, that's a blessing. Only up from here. Thank you all for continuing to support us. Hope you all had a great Christmas, and I also hope you all have a happy New Year. And with that, I'm going to pass it back to you, Chris.
Mr. Super Producer.
Well, Sham, my bad, man. I straight skipped you.
Yeah, because Chris is the host. Host goes last.
Birthday boy too.
I know, right? Didn't know that he could sing. Didn't know that he was born on the day before New Year's. All these things I didn't know about my bros. Listen, everybody, thank you for being here. We appreciate you guys. We are simulcasting on 7 different places. Where this show is showing on the Shannon Rawls YouTube page. It is showing on the Shannon Rawls Facebook page. It's showing on the Ask a Black Man Facebook page. It's showing on Bars Raw Facebook page. It's showing on Power Couple Goals Facebook page. It's showing on Twitter. It's showing on Twitch. And it's showing on the Ask a Black Man Anything YouTube page. Here's what's important. Today's the last day it's simulcasting everywhere. Starting next week, starting on the first Thursday of the year, because we do this every Thursdays, we will be doing this show at Ask a Black Man Anything at YouTube only. So here's what I want you guys to do. Can you guys please, if you're watching this show, even on my own channel at Shannon Ross, because I delete them. That's why you don't see them anymore after these Thursday nights. If you guys can do me a favor, go over and type in your search bar, type in Ask a Black Man Anything and watch the show from there, because I need the watch hours from there. We need the watch hour. We're almost there on our watch hours. I need you guys to just watch this show from the Ask a Black Man Anything YouTube page. This is for all the people that supported me over at Shannon Rawls. Please just run over to Ask a Black Man Anything. You're gonna see the same show they're posted, but I need the hours to count at our main page. So that's what I want you to do. I'm Shannon. I'm 49 years old. I'm here in Los Angeles, California. I'm an entrepreneur. I've been doing business for a long time. I run a fashion business. I'm a fashion designer, a fashion merchandiser, and a creative director here in Los Angeles. And I give a lot of information on the two ships, relationships and entrepreneurship, right here on YouTube. So if you guys aren't subscribed to me, if you want to kind of follow me, because I talk about a lot of edgy stuff, we do great things like watch movies on Mondays. We work out as a group every morning at 6 o'clock in the morning, Pacific Standard Time. Just you can subscribe to me and you'll get a lot of great content over there. But thank you for joining us at Ask a Black Man Anything. And we're going to have a spicy conversation tonight, man. Let me pass it on to my man, Chris Davis.
Peace. Peace and love, everybody. Hopefully you're having an amazing day. Just kidding. Hey, everybody. Good evening. I am Chris Davis from Buffalo, New York. In Atlanta, Georgia, I am currently, as the fellas have said, in preparation for the greatest day of the year, and it's not New Year's Eve. I want to let you know, guess what? Tomorrow, I turn 42. Nope, not 43. That's bro, man. Just kidding. 42. I can't count either. 42, man. Been living 42 long years, 42 short years, and it's been absolutely amazing. A lot of people have been asking me, what do you want for your birthday? You can go to Louis Vuitton and get me the Meteor, the cologne. You can get me some Creed Aventus if that's what you want. But if you don't want to go that far, hey, Ro Renee, go ahead online to my Instagram page and buy a copy of my book. That will be the greatest gift. Why? Because both books are a blessing. Both books are a blessing. This book is the ultimate vetting guide. It talks about dating. It talks about the things that you need to talk about prior to getting into an exclusive relationship, so that you're not like some of the people that we've talked about in the past, where you get bored and you want to leave after 5 years, or you're not like the guy who was married and Anyways, we ain't gonna talk about that. But this book is my autobiography. Most people wait till they're famous to come out with an autobiography, but I have had so much to talk about that I put it in a book. The reason why I wrote this book is because I designed a board game. I'm probably the only Black person that that has designed a board game. And if you do know somebody that designed a board game, please tell me. Instagram, _Chris Davis. This is a copy of my game. I keep it so that you can see it because I'm 1,000% legit. So if you want to send me some money, that's also it's not on my Cash App. Is not on my Instagram page, but I can put that somewhere in the chat or something like that. Anyways, send it to Ask a Black Man Anything. That's what you can do if you want to send me some money for my birthday. So with that being said, I want to welcome everybody to a great evening. That's a surprise today. They kind of spoiled it. They shared it with you. But here's the thing. Here's what I want you to do next. I'm only going to ask you to do one thing. Hit the share button and pop it over to your social media. Share our YouTube. With that being said, I want to go to
Chris, while we on you, Chris, real quick. If you guys have bought a book of Chris's and you guys plan on buying a book of Chris's for the New Year's, and y'all go to Amazon or whatever source, go ahead and leave a positive review for him, because that's also going to help him sell more books. All right, you can do your thing.
Thank you, Kimo Sabi. So yes, please, if you buy it, leave a review. But I want to welcome the ancient one who finally decided to pop up into the building. Mr. West is in the building. And I heard it's been snowing out there in California, West here for Leah. So y'all got rain and snow. Y'all keep it over there because we don't want it on the East Coast. Mr. West, it's on you.
So I'm actually in Louisiana, where I'm from, my hometown. So I'm not experiencing any snow if there is there, Chris. Sorry to disappoint you, brother. But yeah, man, Wes, aka Artistic IQ on all social media, and just here for a great conversation with the brothers.
He got that good camera.
And guess what? We don't have to tell Wes, hey man, your mic is off. Hey, your camera's not working. Maybe when he go to Louisiana, all his stuff work together.
Right.
Are you using are you using a phone or a camera?
Camera.
Okay. How come when you on vacation you look better than when you at your professional studio?
I mean, and it's like perfect.
Flip the camera though. You flip. Do me a favor, Wes, real quick. Hit the little cog wheel, and then do a mirror camera.
Yeah, I have the mirror camera on.
Why? Because your shirt is backwards to us.
Interesting.
There you go. Yep.
Okay.
we can read it now.
All right.
Sir, Wes, sit down, Wes.
Yo, he's gonna come out. You know he's gonna get naked in a minute.
Yeah,
you know he's
he's a habitual thirst trapper.
Before the night over, it'll be done.
So listen. Here's the thing. I want to bring this up because we always have a hot topic of the night, and I want to bring this in real quick because I want to just share something that is crazy, and then once we bring it in, we start chopping it up. I want to bring up I think Mr. Faulkner. I want to he's in the comments. I want him to join us in just a minute because I heard that he has some great information he wants to share about this particular topic. There was a video this week that went viral where a young lady was saying that I give my man, not her husband, all of my money. And I want to talk about that. Yeah, I know. Crazy. Shan, you got that video?
Yeah, I queued up. All right, everybody. It's a short video. So pay attention. Here we go.
We both pay bills, but he pays for all of them because my check direct deposits into his account, so he can have all the money in one place and we can save and stuff. And he has investments that he invests our money into. He gives me an allowance of $100 a week. If I need more, I can ask for more, but normally it's just $100 a week for food and random stuff I want to buy. That's pretty much it. Both pay for stuff, but he handled all the money as the man should.
So here's the thing. A couple of things that I want to dive in about this conversation. I want to give you guys some backstory because here's the thing. I actually went to their YouTube page and I kind of researched them a little bit. I want to find out what the backstory is.
I thought it was husband and wife.
They are not married. They are officially engaged now. I think they've been together for about 2 to 3 years. And if you're wondering, yes, I did make a personal invite for them to join this show. They had not responded. I did it kind of late, but just so you know, I invited them because I wanted to talk to them personally. But here's the deal. They are not married. I think they've been together for about 2 or 3 years. They live together and they do not have sex. Let me repeat that. They live together and they do not have sex. They are saving themselves for marriage. He just proposed. If you go to their TikTok page, you'll see.
Did they stop having sex?
So according to their TikTok, they have never been intimate. That's so for the last 12 months, these 12, and that's all I know. Now it could be 100, it could be, that they started and then they stopped. But from what I understand, all of this year they have not been intimate. That's on their TikTok. It says, smile, they did a TikTok smile when, the months you had sex, January, February. So none of those months. They're not, which I think is very interesting because last week we talked about, or the week before we talked about a couple, last week was Devin. Yeah, matter of fact, the last 2 weeks, we talked about a couple that didn't have sex. Devon Franklin and Megan Good, they didn't have sex. And here they are getting ready to divorce after 9 years. I think it's a good idea to not introduce sex if you don't know how to control what you're doing and still get to know the person. Some people focus on sex and make that the connection, and then when the sex stops, then the connection stops. But let's go back to focus on this particular couple. That's the hugest point. They live together. They don't have sex, but she gives all the money and to him, all her check to him, and she gets an allowance. So, fellas, dive into that and let's talk about that. What do you guys think? What are your thoughts about the whole situation, an individual piece of it? Let me know what you think.
All right, story time. Let's go back 20 years. 2001. I reconnected with my college sweetheart. She was working with her father at the church. Her father was a pastor of a church. He's a bishop. And we had stopped dating because I met her in 1997. And then we dated in the late 90s, and we kind of like stopped. And then we kind of she approached me sometime in 2001 because she wanted me to come help the church do some computer work, because the church was just kind of like falling apart on the computer side. So I came in and helped the church with that, and then it rekindled our relationship. At that point that year, I decided to open up a hair salon, and when I opened up the hair salon, I opened it up with her and made her my partner. And so, as I was working on the hair salon, it was actually a barber and braid studio, and she was working at the church. We were dating, and one thing I noticed. Now, this is 2001, and I could be transparent. She was making $500 a week. Every Friday, she got paid $500. So she was getting $2,000 a week. Working in the church, in the finance department of all departments, right? But one thing that was interesting is she never had money. Now, she didn't have any bills. She didn't have to pay rent because her father had bought a house that was near the father's house, and it was like he had a lot of property all around that area. So she had a house. She had no rent. All she had no car note because the car that she had was paid off. All she had was car insurance and a phone bill, a cell phone bill, right? And it was a flip phone, it was an old, it was 2001, by the way. But I didn't understand why she never had money. She couldn't manage her money. She at the time when she was young, she could not manage money. And so even though she received a $500 check every Friday, she wasn't saving anything, and she didn't do anything. So I made a proposal to her. I said, listen, and it felt real pimpish at the time. I remember the This is my girlfriend, right? This is my girlfriend. My college sweetheart. I met her years before. But I said, listen, I need you to give me your paycheck every Friday. And I'm going to teach you how, because at this time I had already started my company. I was, kind of getting into film. I was already kind of like doing stuff, right? I think I was maybe 28 years old.
Yeah, I'm gonna teach you,
Pretty
baby.
much. And I said, listen, I mean, every Friday, I know you don't have to do this. You don't have to do this. It's not up to you. But I need you to give me your paycheck. And then I'm going to teach you how to manage your money. And you can't spend money unless I know about it. So I'm gonna get your paycheck. I'm gonna deposit it, and we're gonna do it, and then we're gonna put it in the account, and then I'm gonna show you how to save. I'm gonna show you how to pay your bills. I'm gonna show you how to manage your money. I'm gonna show you how to have a virtual account where you put money over here, but it's not really there, but your register is showing that you have a smaller amount than you actually have. I taught her this whole thing. By the way, I ended up becoming the COO of the entire church, and I took the church from a deficit of 10 grand and some property tax bad to a positive of about $75,000 in the bank account. I just had this entrepreneur mind, and I knew how to run money, and I knew how to run a business. And so I came in and helped the church do that. But with my girlfriend, I helped her do that. And so I took her from having basically $45 in the bank every week and just blowing money on just, fast food, just silly shit, right? To her having thousands of dollars in her bank account over the course of a year because I was teaching her how to manage money. She did not know how to manage money. She simply she was young. She didn't know what to do. And I told her the only way I'll do it is if I have full control over your bank account. I want the login, the password. I want the checkbook. I want all of that. I need to be in charge of all of that. And then I guarantee you'll be okay. Now, none of her money benefited me. We didn't have any shared bills. But in order for her to be my girlfriend, I needed her to learn. I needed her to give me the controls and to trust me. Now, by the way, I married her 3 years later. This is my first wife. And in our marriage, that continued. But to this situation here, I kind of did that, but we didn't live together. And we weren't paying our bills, and I didn't give her an allowance the way he explains it. After our bills were paid. That wasn't the same situation, but I was very close. I was the cousin to this situation here. Now, to fast forward to this situation, I have a thought. I'll revisit that after some of you other brothers think, because I'll tell you what I think about this particular situation.
Yeah, me personally, I listen to what you said, and I do believe in, as we go through life, we have different limitations, different strengths, different weaknesses. And so I don't know their whole situation, but I do know in life, some people are not good with money. Prime example of the story you just sharing. Some people are bad at money managing. And so some people do need the assistance when it comes to being able to manage their money better. You have people with good jobs, and like you just said, they don't have a dime, after they just spent the money on bills and everything, they don't even have a dime to show in their name. And so if you have an individual that's good with money, knows how to save, knows how to invest, I don't see anything wrong with it. By taking that other person by the hand, assisting that person in to do those things, because it seems like it's a deficit in some type of way. So I don't see anything wrong with it. Now, according to that video, I know Chris was saying that they're not having sex and stuff like that. And she does give her check to him, but they're not married yet, but they are engaged. So it seems to me like, just based off of that short video, that they may be trying to do things, from a biblical perspective. And so she may be looking at him like he's the head of the household, and, he's the provider for the family. And so she feels comfortable doing that. And so I don't see anything wrong with it, but I honestly think, it both has to be an understanding between two parties. What one party may do, somebody else may not do. And I think somebody said it in the comments, all women are not going to do it. And that's perfectly fine. But it's what works for that person, or what works for that couple. And so if that couple's fine with it, and if that person feels like they need the help and they can learn from the other person that they're dating, then I don't see anything wrong with it.
Yeah, so real quick, you don't have to put me on the screen. I just want to jump in for another guide. They are doing it biblically. She did mention that he's the head, and that's one of the purposes, Jerron, as to why they're not being intimate or having sex prior to marriage, because they want to, bring love back to to life. So go ahead, fellas. What y'all think?
I don't see anything wrong with it either. I'm much of the same line as Duran. Like if it works for them as a couple, then that works for them as a couple. The only thing I would hope is that she does have an understanding and a working knowledge of how to save and how to pay bills and how to do everything that he is doing. Because should it be that he's no longer with her, or no longer able to do it, somebody's got to step in. Or if she has to do it for herself one day, she's got to be capable of doing it. So I really don't have an issue with it. It's not for everybody.
I think are we unanimous here? Are we unanimous
Uh,
because we're men? Are we all on the same shit
I,
of music because we're men And we're like, yeah, well, if my woman gonna give me the paycheck, I'm cool with that. I'm gonna handle it. She don't know what to do. She's blowing her money anyway. I'm gonna help with me. She's gonna save some money. Are we are we? Oh, is it two sides of the same coin? One side is I'm helping you. The other side is oppression. Are we kind of low key oppressing women by saying, "Give me your paycheck, and now here's your $100 a week. That's all you get. And if you need more, ask me, and I'll send it up.
Well, look,
And I'll approve it.
my
I'll run it through and see if and I'll let you know if you get a rejection letter and shit on that extra money you think you need, because you might not need that."
So listen, when it's from that particular angle, this is your allowance, then it's definitely you're being a dominating force, right? You're being controlling. I think what I looked at when I watched the video, and then I looked at some of their other videos, she is rather endearing towards this guy. She trusts him, right? And that's a huge thing about money. Money, of course, I don't know how many people know, but 3 things that break up marriage, and it's not infidelity primarily. It's not having sex with your partner, not having good sex with your partner. Money is the biggest one, and communication is the third one. Those are the 3 things that break up your marriage. And I think that she has established a trust, because if you're giving your entire check to a guy and saying, I'm okay with him leading me in this way, you're showing. And a lot of modern women probably are not going to do that. And I've actually asked a couple of women, because I knew we were going to do this show. I said, would you do it? Now, one young lady, I asked, and I hope she's not on the show tonight. She's been on our podcast when we were on Clubhouse, from where we started. And she has a lot of good sense. But when I asked her, I said, if we were married, just hypothetically, we're not dating. I said, if we were married, and would you put your whole check into a joint account and you get and I give you an allowance? She was like, no, I want my whole check. I'm like, you have trust issues. If you can't combine your income and then, take a separate amount, then you're saying that you have trust issues, because when you get married, it's no longer I, it's we. And that's what I was sharing with her. And somebody else was like, no, that's what works for them. A lot of women that I've run into have trust issues, particularly with money. But also, they don't just have trust issues just out of nowhere. They have trust issues because some men have burned them and they have, blown through money. I'll give you, quick story time. I was dating a young lady that the relationship before me, she said that the guy that she was dating told they lived together and he didn't pay half of the rent. Now, I think the rent is like $1,200, so it's $600. So she had to put him out, air quote. And in order to put him out, she had to literally evict him by filing an eviction. And I'm just like that. And it was months of him living there and not paying his half of the rent. So some women have been burned in this area. And so that's the reason why they don't have the trust. So it is partially a new man's responsibility to show that he's trustworthy. But this particular couple, in my opinion, are showing us that they are able to trust each other, and more specifically, she is able to trust him.
Got it. Listen, Princessa, no, you don't get access to the money. Princessa asked, real quick, she said, do I get access to the money and the ability to see the finances? No. For what?
Yes.
So
if it's me, yes.
No, you don't get to see nothing.
So
say you don't.
If it's me, yes.
Where's the trust? See, why does the trust have to be verified? Either you trust me or you don't, right? See, I'm gonna go there with it. I get it. Oh, you know what? I get to see the balance. I get to see what you're doing with it. Look, do you trust me or don't you?
But it might come down to being proud of your accomplishments together. It ain't all about trust. It's about being able to be damn, I lost the word.
Trust but verify.
But it doesn't have to be it doesn't even have to be trust that you have to be involved. You can celebrate the accomplishments you guys are doing together. You can say, look what he is doing. look at the accomplishments, look how we're growing, as opposed to saying, you know what, let me just make sure he's doing right with the money. It doesn't have to be about trust. It can be about the accomplishments.
Yeah, in order to
So,
teach her, she needs to see it. So I'm gonna show it to her. If I'm trying to teach her so that she know in the future, then I'm gonna show her what I'm doing. So that's just me though.
So, gentlemen, so let me ask you this, because this was where I was going to go. Can she have access? Forget about verify. Can she have access? Can it work the other way around? Can she
No,
have complete access to everything?
no, no. She
And
if she
why?
need
And
if
why not?
$100 if her $100 allowance on Monday, she get $100 bill left on the dresser every Monday before the week starts. If she needs
Right.
125, she got to ask him. She does not have an ATM card. She does not have a debit card. She does not have access to transfer to Cash App. No,
So,
she got to go
gotcha.
through an approval process.
So, forget about them. For us, gentlemen, if we're talking about trust is always a two-way street. We can still lead, we can still make the decisions, we can still do all of those things while she has access. Matter of fact, that's the true test of whether or not she actually trusts us and we actually trust her, is to give the reins of leadership to the man, but she can still take them away at any given time. She can still have the autonomy to do whatever she wants and show us who she are. So I just kind of feel like oftentimes, like, trust isn't what you do when I see you. Trust is what you do, or me trusting you is about when you're not there, or when I'm not there. And so, if I'm making any sense, what I'm getting at is that, can we trust that this woman is actually allowing us to lead? The proof of that would be she still has access to everything, but we both decide that I'm going to lead in this particular area of finances or anything or everything. But
Okay,
she
so
still has that autonomy to make the choice to not trust us. I think
okay,
that's
so
the test of our trust and the test of our leadership. Go ahead, continue.
here's what I'm saying. Here's what I'm saying to that. And see, and that's what Bill Fan's saying. She's saying if she's responsible, but if she's a spender, then set the limit. See, here's the reality is then if then why even do this? Why even give me the paycheck? Why don't you just handle your money and then I'll just tell you what to do? What's the point of the extra checks and balances of me making sure that I'm managing the finances if trust is obviously I don't trust you. Obviously, you have a spending issue. Obviously, you are a little heavy-handed. When you go to Target, you don't follow the shopping list. You went to get some lotion, but you end up spending $200.
Some good
Otherwise, why do
lotion,
we need
man.
to go through this whole process? Why go through the rigmarole? The whole
here's the thing on that, Shan. She said if she needs more, she gets it. So
no,
it's not a limit.
No, she didn't. No, I don't
She
remember her saying
did.
that.
She
She
did.
said she
Wait,
gotta
hold
ask.
on.
She said she can
did.
ask. She said she can ask for more.
Play it again. Play it again.
Bills, but he pays for all of them. Because my check direct deposits into his account.
Into his account.
So he can like have all the money in one place.
Mhm.
So he can save and stuff. And he like has investments that he invests our money into.
He invests. He makes all the decisions.
So $100 a week. Like if I need more, I can ask for more. But
right there.
See,
if I need more,
she can get more.
No, that's not what you said, Chris. If I need more, I can ask
I
for more.
She said
Chris,
she can ask for more, but
keep
correct.
it what it is.
Correct. She
Don't
said
add
she
shit.
can ask for more.
You know,
but
you said
I
that
don't
she
think
can,
that.
Chris, you said she
I
can
said
have
she can
more.
get more.
Okay,
she said she can get more.
She can.
Okay,
She can
keep playing it
request.
because I think she says it. I think she said something else. Keep playing it from that point. Can you?
Food and like random stuff I want to buy.
That's it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. We both pay for stuff, but you know he handles all the money as the man should.
Video done.
So look, she said we both pay for stuff. There is a clear acknowledgement on her part that this is both of our money, and we're both.
No, she's talking about her $100. But she also when
she said we both. And when she started off, she also said we both pay.
She said we both have. Of course, she has a bill. Yeah, she has her bill.
But
She has bills. She probably got a student loan.
He has control.
Listen, she has her student loan. Listen, we both pay bills. everybody has bills. Every adult in America has bills individually, no matter how you slice it, right? So she has her bills. She probably has a student loan. Maybe she owes somebody. She has a car of her own, probably has a car note. She has insurance. So she has her own bills. He takes care of it. The reality is what else she said was,
deposits into his account, so he can like have all the money in one place and we can save and stuff. And he like has investments that he invests.
The look on his face, though.
he has an invest. He had. See, I'm a wordsmith. He has investments that he invests our money into. He has
Our.
investments that he invests our money into. So that's all on him.
Right. Right.
It ain't got nothing to do with her.
Like if I need more, I can ask for more. But
If I need more, I can ask for more, which means you could be told no.
you know,
Right. And which means that.
Listen, listen to this. Listen to the rest. That's what I'm saying. Listen to the rest.
food and like random stuff I want to buy.
That was it. She had said, and she mentioned $100 before while I talked over her. She said, so I got $100 so I can get food and stuff I want to buy. So all I'm doing is telling Chris, and this was the only reason I even went back to the videos, because Chris was saying if she wants more, she can get more. I'm saying, no, she can't. She can't get more. She can
If
make
she's your wife, she can't get more?
No, listen, I'm talking in the context of what's happening here. In this context, in this situation, she can't get more. She can request more. He can fucking buy all the crypto he wants. He can go ahead and buy all the stock. He could do whatever he wants using his E-Trade account with her money. And she trusts him to do that. So go ahead.
So let me ask you this. So all right, so forget about them for a moment. Let's talk about us and have a more a conversation that we can add our own context to. So
okay.
You made some key points. You said that she can that he can invest their money. He can go and buy as many stocks as he wants, as much crypto as he wants.
Mm-hmm.
That's still in the interest of the two of them. So
it's always going to be in the interest of both, yeah.
Right. So, but let's start to talk about him, or better yet, ourselves. If our woman is dealing with by allowance, so to speak, for lack of a better word, are we willing to operate in the same manner? Are we willing to, hey, she got 100, I also got 100. Yes, I'm the leader. I can buy as much crypto because that's in the best interest of the family, but perhaps I can't buy as many I don't know, whatever dudes are doing now. I don't know, PlayStations. I can't buy as many PlayStation games as I want. Like I have $100 as well. Are we willing as leaders to lead by example? Meaning that if we expect her to operate on a budget, on an allowance, can we lead by example and do the same? Even while, here's the key, the test of our leadership, even while being able to do more because we have control. Are we going to? Can she trust us to lead by example and to not do more than we are willing for her to do, or accepting of her to do? Forget about them, gentlemen.
Sure, it depends on your setup. That's just a different. We can add all these different things as we go. We can change. We can add these different. Okay, let's add this. I'm just going by what I heard in the video. So I get what you're saying. Okay, forget the people in the video. Let's talk about us. Is what's good for the goose is good for the gander. That's what you're asking. Well, sure. How about what's good for the goose ain't good for the gander? I mean, there's a lot of different ways we could. That's why I was speaking specifically on this particular situation, because if we talk about what Shannon would do versus what Robert would do versus what Shahid would do versus what Wes would do, then we can all add, well, you know what? I don't mind this. Well, yeah, you know what? I'm a spend 100 and she spend 100 and then she watches everything that I do and so on and so. Then that means who's really in charge? That means they're both in charge if they're both equal, based on what she's saying.
So Shan, that doesn't mean. So let's talk about you. Or let's talk about us. I get it. We are not both in charge.
But I did talk about me. So let me do it. But Wes, Wes, I brought up my ex-girlfriend where I had none of her money. Like my situation, like every situation is going to be different. So in 2001, I took her check. It was given to me. The paper was given to me. I forged her name on the back of the check and I put it in the bank, right? I had her debit card and I told her what she could buy. but I couldn't spend none of her money because it wasn't my money. It was her money. I was just showing her discipline that she didn't have. So she had no, if I would have left it up to her own vices, she'd go to Louisiana Fried Chicken. She'd buy everybody, all her friends. She'd go out and the rounds on her. She was doing shit like that. And I was like, oh, now you can't afford to do that. But it's okay. Don't worry about it. You're going to have some money next month where you didn't have it before. So, I gave you an example. So, but now a different woman, it would depend. I'm simply saying under the circumstances of this video, when he's making all the decisions on the investments, when he gets to approve or decline a weekly allowance increase, then it sounds like the reason why her direct deposit goes to his bank account is because she probably has a money spending issue. Otherwise, if it's about her having, this is where the conversation started. You said, does she have access to spend the money on her own, and can she get it and whatnot? If that's the case, then why even put it in his bank account? She might as well just keep it herself. If she has access to do what she wants to do with it, right?
No. So be clear what I said, and I wanted you to put yourself on the screen a minute ago when you were talking. But all I'm saying is, when I'm talking about access to it, I'm talking about she has the keys to the kingdom just like I do. She has the account numbers. She has everything, but we still have a way that we operate. We still have, if we're operating from a standpoint of she has an allowance, I have an allowance, I'm governing the finances, I'm actually making these investments. Perhaps that's my strong suit. I'm not talking about her going and getting it, because we've had a conversation.
So at that point we can make up the sky's the limit. So I'm simply saying,
let's not do that, Wes. Right, that's for another day. Right, we want to hot topic. We want to talk about this.
No,
let me jump in here real quick.
And what we have, like Wes, right? If we ask what ifs are kind of meaningless because the sky's the limit.
It's not about a what if. It's about a trust question. It's a question of whether you can.
Luke Skywalker.
But all I was asking was
real quick, Wes.
He don't need Luke Skywalker pulling out his.
But if you're and I see the comments are going crazy. I want to bring Shahid in and see his thoughts. But if you're in the comments, right? Here's the thing. Hey, join this conversation, right? You want to hit the link at the top of the comments, or just type in your browser call.aabma.live and join this conversation, because guess what? I want to hear from some of the women that are talking about their perspective. What would you do if you're a lady and you're in the audience? Tell me, what would you do? Are you okay with an allowance? Carla, Leah, Princessa, any of the other ladies? I think Mr. Bell, I don't know what I can't see it on the screen because I'm not on that screen. If you're a lady and you're in the audience, are you okay with an allowance? Do you want your whole check?
Carla funny.
Yeah, and Carla said, I go to Target and Target tells me, listen, you better stay within your budget. Now, if you need a larger budget, we need to talk about that. But Shahid, chime in. Tell me what you think. You're in a relationship, right? Does your woman give you 100% trust in this same fashion, or do you guys not operate like that?
Yeah, we don't operate like that. I don't. Her money is her money. My money is our money. But
Wait, was that a slip up? Was that a Freudian slip, or did you say that?
Nah. You know what he said. He said our money is his money is our money.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't see a world where I would want to do that. But I mean, if it worked for them in that relationship, cool. But also for me, if I have to go to those measures, that's not somebody I really want to be with anyway, because it's like now I got to worry about my kids. Like, damn, am I gonna have to? If something happened to me, can I trust? What are you gonna do with our children? You know what I mean? So
you gonna teach her.
You
would. That's a deal breaker for you? A woman that don't know how to manage money, but she loves you and takes care of you. She's fit, fine, feminine. She's fit, feminine, friendly, faithful, and fun, but she just don't know how to handle finances. That's a deal breaker for you, Shahid?
I mean, women
And she's
It's
saying,
not,
"Baby, I suck with money, Shaheed. I do everything else that you love, but when it comes to money, I suck. I got this great job. Do you mind if I just have my money deposited to your account? And then I know that you're gonna
yeah,
cover me because you've been covering me so far. Why would I not trust you? So I'll just drop my 3,000 a week into your account, and then you just make sure that we live a wonderful life. You saying that you
it's
wouldn't
different.
want that?
If she's asking me, that's different from me. If I gotta take control of your finances, I just I can't.
I
I gotta.
see. I
Yeah,
see.
like,
Yeah. See, that's
yeah.
a big difference. If every week you can't put gas in your car, every week you struggling to pay your, every month you struggling to pay your rent. I see that. I
That's
agree. Right.
a different level of discipline. You have to show me as you have to be disciplined on your own for me even to want to engage with you at a certain level. So if I have to like parent, it's like I'm a damn near a parent at that point.
Shaheed
So
got
yeah,
my book, y'all, The Ultimate Vetting Guide. So he's been vetting these women properly.
Man, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. As a man, oftentimes, see that's the thing about it. So a lot of people say I'm a parent. I'm a parent. Women, do you know if? And I don't know how many times you guys have polled women, right? But when we talk about the term hypergamy, right? One of the attributes of a hypergamous woman is I want a man who can teach me something. You hear that time and you hear that from grown women. I'm talking damn near 40 or sometimes in their 40s. I want a man that can show me something, teach me things. Grown women say that, right?
yeah. But
I
if we
want him
talking hypergamy, what she got a job for?
so she can live.
Then that's not hypergamy.
Oh no, but maybe
So
she
no,
works.
no. So she has to have a job because before she meets you, she has to take care of herself, right?
Right, and
Yeah,
hypergamy don't mean barefoot home and pregnant and in the kitchen. You can be
right.
hypergamous. Hypergamous just simply mean that
Right,
she's in a
right.
higher caste than you. She's her socioeconomic status is higher than her own. So if you are a fucking executive vice president and she's just a manager, that's still hypergamous. You guys could still be working at the same business. So it doesn't mean that she's not working. It just means that you're higher up on a socioeconomic scale. So this young manager is giving you, the executive director, her paycheck to manage her and your life together. Now, say for instance, I hear what you're saying. Well, if I gotta take control, then that's a problem. But what if you see that that's one of her problems? What if you see that that's something that she lacks? Are you simply saying that that's a deal breaker for you? You need a woman that knows it. One of your requirements in women is that she knows how to handle money.
No, so let me be clear. All of the women I've ever dated, in my opinion, have had spending problems. They spend way more than they should, in my opinion. But it's not careless to the point where you can't make you know what I mean? You robbing Peter to pay Paul. If I see that, I gotta like Chris said, if you can't put gas in your car, like that's not a situation I want to take control of.
But why are y'all using extremes to get your point across? Like what woman with a
That
job
ain't-
that's decent that you would be dating? What woman with a job that's decent that you would be dating can't put gas in her car? We ain't talking about those extremes. I'm telling you that I had a woman.
I've met several women that have struggled, that can't put gas in their car. Like and they told me that no, like they're out there. So a lot of times. So okay, I'll give you an example. There's a young lady I dated. She had, I won't go into her business, but she had she
Why
has
not?
to
We don't know her.
pay.
We don't
Okay,
know who
sure.
she is.
She filed bankruptcy, and so she has to pay a certain dollar amount, right? So she lives by a very strict budget. And if she typically goes outside of that budget, let's say we have to travel, she comes back and forth, had to come back and forth to see me a couple of times. I, being the guy that I am, I'm automatically going to just put gas in your car, right? But there have been times that she told me in the past when we talked that she would need gas because she lived by a strict budget. And, some guys, she would be going to see the guy and that was outside of her budget. I understood that, right? So there are situations like that, right? There's another young lady who was just bad with money. I met her over one of these summers. She was bad with money. And I sat her down and I said, hey, look, let's take a look at your budget. Let's see what's going in. Let's see what's going out. Let's figure out how to better manage what you have going on. Welcome to the show, little man.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I don't know.
so yes,
We listen.
Go ahead, Shahid.
No, I was just, you know what I mean? Like, I don't mind taking on that responsibility if it was asked of me, but if I have to step in and initiate that, it's just like you're mentally you somewhere else, and I, you know what I mean? I don't want
It
to
might
be there.
not, Shahid, it might not be that they mentally somewhere else. I didn't learn how to manage money till I was well into my 30s. Like, we aren't my generation for damn sure. A lot of us wasn't taught how to manage money. We didn't have the knowledge. A lot of us weren't given the books on financial education. So it may not be they lack the ability to. They just may not know how at this point. It just may be, hey, you gotta work on your discipline. You gotta work on these things. You gotta work on your budgeting. You gotta save a certain amount. Use a certain amount to pay your bills and pay your past due debts, so forth and so forth. It may not be a lack of. They might not be slow. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
It all
let me
goes
get this
back to
quick super chat in, Jerron. Let me
go
get
on.
this quick super chat in from Mr. Awesome. Let me find a woman like that. I'll pay the bills, and all the extra income from her will go straight to investing. We'll be living off dividends in our 40s. Go ahead. Thank you, Mr.
No,
Awesome, for your super chat.
I'm just gonna say it all goes back to, everybody strengths and weaknesses. I mean,
yeah,
like Robert said, I mean, there are people in their 30s, there's people later than that don't know how to manage money. But I guess what it boils down to, if you know you don't know how to manage money, what are you actively doing to try to get to the point where you can manage it? Are you just letting it be what it is, or are you actively trying to get some help so that you can be able to manage your own money? If you're just sitting and not, trying to do anything about it, I guess is what Shahi said he's running into a problem at. But if you actually trying to get help about it, I don't see anything wrong with it. Now, I won't just up and do it unless she asks me to help. Even though if she never say she need my assistance or any help like that, then hey, that's fine. But if she comes to me and actively needs to help, and she really seems genuine and sincere about it, I don't see anything wrong with having her.
So,
I don't see anything wrong with approaching and saying, hey, you know what? I'm looking at what you're doing with the finances. It's not driving. It's not working out well for you, and it's not going to work out for us together. Can I go ahead and take the lead in this? I don't see any problem with throwing that out there. If she come back and say no, then you make your decisions from there. But being able to step up for the individual, it can sometimes be needed and be great for a relationship.
Yeah, let me be
Colin,
clear. It's going to
go
be a
ahead.
conversation. I'm not just going to see it like, oh, she can't manage her money, I'm out. It's going to be a
Dip out.
conversation. There's going to be some conversation.
Shaheed was gone immediately. He talking of the deuces. So Colin, you're currently in a relationship, and we know that you run a business, right? So I want to bring you in. You saw the video, right? Are you okay with giving your woman an allowance and you controlling the finances? Or where? Because we all know that you are of the same faith. Where do you land in reference to living together and controlling the finances, similar to to the video?
I mean, we're not going to be living together until we're married,
Okay.
From a biblical standpoint. And then also, just with me, like me running my business, is just like I look at it as, when I win, when the business wins, we're both winning. So it's just like I'm handling all the bills, I'm taking care of all the bills. If she's at home taking care of the kids, then I don't mind like opening up another account. I know y'all might be like, "Whoa, separate account." So it's just like I would still have access to it, but just an account that I could just put money in there. So whether it's $2,000, $2,500, $5K a month or something like that, an account that is replenished, because I know Shan said he wouldn't give her a debit card, all that kind of stuff. Mine would be the opposite. It's like she would have a debit card with that account, and it'll be to get necessities and things like that, whether it's groceries, all that kind of stuff. Um, and it's like I'm just replenishing that every single month. I'm handling all the bills. If she's working, and I'm doing my business, then whatever she makes, I'm totally fine with using that towards stocks and things like that. So if she's giving me her check and things like that, I'll put it towards stocks and investments and things like that. But yeah, that's kind of my stance on it.
I think if anybody took the Colin approach of replenishing an account, which is great, I think it's a great idea. I would go more so with a credit card so you can establish more and more credit, and you end up with and you can set a limit on the card so it's 2,500 or whatever, but you can establish more credit and not use your own money as much. And if something should happen to Colin or his business, God forbid, that credit can be a great floating device to get through for a little while. That 2,500 you put in every month can end up being 100,000 on a credit card real easy. So.
Right, and we will vet each other also. So it's just like I can see if her spending habits are bad and things like that, then it's like I'll step in, just like, hey, let me take control of this. But I know a lot of people and family members who wives all the finances because that's what they're good at, and then some of their wives are accountants, so it's like they handle all that portion of it. So it is one of those things where it's like during that vetting period, if I'm better with finances, then it'll be that scenario that I just set up. But if she's better with finances, I have no problem I have a bookkeeper and CPA, but I have no problem as far as, well, I'm gonna pause on that part because that's kind of like one of those things we're going to talk about later.
Well, no, go ahead, dive in real quick because you'll make the last comment and then we're gonna switch gears.
I prefer not to speak on it because that's something me and her gonna have to talk about. So.
I got you. So let me say this as a Rob, you want to say something real quick?
No, I'm done. I'm done. Go ahead.
Okay. So let me say this as a last comment on this particular hot topic, so we can switch gears to get to the questions that were mailed in or emailed in. Y'all, I gotta get up to 2022. Y'all keep praying for me. And I love this scenario, and it could be a very reflective of many relationships if there's a good amount of trust. The thing that I think is great here is that they're willing to start this way, and I believe that if you start practicing certain habits while you're getting to know each other, then the marriage is only a reflection of what you had already been doing. And it shouldn't be anything new. It shouldn't be any huge surprises. So I'm a firm believer of do the thing. Not, of course, if you're not, in a space where you're exclusive or you're headed towards that kind of relationship, I don't suggest you do it. But definitely, if you're headed towards and you guys have had conversations towards marriage, then I definitely agree that your current relationship should be reflective of what you want your marriage to look like. Otherwise, what'll happen is a woman who's waiting to be a wife will say things like, I only am going to be a wife when I am a wife, right? And she's not going to do wifely things, or a husband is only going to do husbandly things when he officially gets the title. And I don't believe that that's when it starts. The practice has to start beforehand so that when it comes to the actual day, it's literally like riding a bike. With that said, I want to switch gears a little bit. We're not a little bit. We have a few questions that have been emailed to us, and I want to share with you real quick how to do that. If you have a question about this show or any other show or any question, period, this show is called Ask a Black Man Anything. You literally can ask us anything. If you want to talk about if you want to join us, by all means, you can hit call.aabma.live and you can join the conversation. We'd love to have you join our conversation. But here's the deal. We're switching to the questions part. We have some great questions that have been mailed in. Here's where you want to go to email the questions. questions@aabma.live. We'll receive your questions and we may be able to air them live. And if you see some of those super chats that are going up, you'll be able to even get some of your, get some responses. So here's the first question from Charlie, which is so weird. That's not what it says. But I'm going to go with Charlie because it was the email here. It says, Charlie says, how do you deal with people staring and doing things to try to intimidate you when you're just trying to go about your day? I don't fit in where I'm at and deal with this issue a lot. Now, I'm not sure, Charlie, exactly what you mean by you don't fit in, but I'm going to repeat the question even though it's on the screen here for the fellas. So the first question, fellas, is how do you deal with people staring, it's the two-part question, and doing things to try to intimidate, I guess, you or her when you're just trying to go about your day? I wish she was here to kind of give some context. But fellas, what would you do? What would you instruct a woman when she's just being stared at?
Well, I know. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I don't really understand. I need more context. So
right, that's what I was like. It's kind of vague.
Well, that's what they wrote. It was how do you deal with people staring and doing things to try to intimidate you when you're just trying to go about your day. Part of me I have reason to believe that Charlie or Crystal. So the email came from Crystal, but in the email it said, "Hi, my name is Charlie." So that's why we got both of them up there. So I'm thinking that Charlie used Crystal's email to send the question in. I have a feeling that Charlie is probably not black, and he probably is in an environment where there's black people. Maybe it's a job, maybe it's school, maybe it's a new neighborhood. And whenever Charlie is out and about, people are staring at Charlie and mean mugging him. And so he's like, how do I deal with that? Now, that's what I'm feeling. Now, one thing I do know is back in the day, do you guys remember? And especially Shaheed, right? Especially Shaheed, probably Wes, depending on where Wes grew up. But I know where I grew up.
Wes is not from LA.
Oh, that's right. He just lives. Okay,
He's
so
from Louisiana.
Wes is not from this. Wes is not.
I know
from
I know where
planet,
you're going though. I know where you're going from.
Y'all know where I'm going. Growing up, black men, we mean mugged each other. It was almost like you couldn't walk down the street and smile at another brother. Not here in LA. You couldn't just walk down Crenshaw or West Shaheed. You couldn't go to the Slauson swap meet and just be like, hey brother, how you doing? hey man, good to see you, black man. All right, and just be all happy go lucky and shit. Nah, it was you. First of all, when I grew up, we walked with a pimp in our step, so we kind of like jumped on every step or every second step. We kind of hopped in the air and shit, right? It was weird shit, but that's what we did. But if you came across another black man walking down the street, it was almost like a who fucking was looking the hardest stare down contest. And a lot of fights started that way. And it's almost like you had to just have this mask on just to show how masculine and how tough and how bravado you were, and that happens often. Now, I don't think that that's the case as much these days, but that's certainly how it has been. And I know it still carries over to some people today, especially for people that's outside of a particular group. That's why I have a reason to believe that Charlie's probably not black, and he's probably dealing with black men who probably give him the mean mug. I think the mean mug is stupid, but I only think it's stupid because I've aged and I've gotten wisdom and I realize how stupid those ways were after the fact. Hindsight is 20/20, but when I was at that age, I was mean mugging myself. I was mean mugging myself. I was walking, maybe I was with my boys or something, or we was going somewhere, but I'd be like, who the fuck is this coming? Because you never knew if somebody was gonna ask you what set you from. We didn't, what hood you claim. You never knew what somebody was gonna say, or if it was gonna just be a silent walk by, or if you at the gas station pumping gas in your car and you looking around because I got gold Dayton's on my 5.0, and I'm looking around to make sure I don't get jacked. So if I got a nigga over here putting gas in if he putting gas in his El Camino, and I'm putting gas in my Mustang, and I know that I got to protect these Daytons. I got to be, if he look over at me, I got to be like, what, nigga? I almost got to be like, what? Without saying nothing. You know
Yo,
what I'm
that
saying?
menace to
So,
society.
So
I was gonna say Menace to
So
Society. That was you, Shannon? And Menace
yeah.
to Society.
right.
Hey man,
So
come about
so
those Dayton's. Hey man, order me
right.
a
So
double cheeseburger with.
I I have a different opinion.
Oh
I think
shit.
Charlie is a woman.
woman.
Um,
Exactly.
we have no context, right? But I think Charlie is a woman, and there are men that are staring at her but don't speak. That's what I'm
Oh.
thinking.
But it
Oh.
Um,
says
In
it
what
says
way?
that
Like a cat call? Like they want her? Like she fine and she doesn't know what to do, or she's weird looking and she don't know
yeah.
what to do.
I mean, it could be either one, but either way, I think it's just men that are staring, right? So that's the first part. But then the intimidating part is just throwing me off because here's the thing,
Right.
and this is one thing that I don't understand. Um, a, a lot of women that I've come across, and I'm not saying all women, listen to my words carefully. A lot of women that I've come across, what they do is they will internalize something that you're doing, and they'll say things like, "Oh, he's doing this to me," or "I felt he did this," or "I felt he meant that." No, I might just be happen to be looking in your direction, and you might just happen to cross my eye gate, right? I can't say for a fact that I'm trying to intimidate you. I mean, what's intimidation, right? If you feel intimidated, ask yourself this, and this. I mean, because literally we have no context, right? So, if you feel intimidated, you have to ask yourself, why is it that you feel intimidated, and are what are your thoughts about what someone else is doing? Because nothing in your email says they said anything to you, right? And I want to highlight that. It says,
I ran back to the
how,
email, but Chris, look at the last part of the email. It says, "I don't fit in where I'm at, and deal with this issue a lot. I don't fit." So let's look at the main part. I don't fit in where I'm at. A woman saying, "I
so
don't fit in where I'm at." She's asking black men.
That's corporate America as well. That's corporate America as well, though. Corporate America, black women in corporate America as well have that same issue.
it could be the gym. It could be anywhere. She could be a female trainer, and But see, again, we have no context. So let me say this, Charlie. What you can do, because I would love to be able to really tailor this question and nail it down. Um, Fellas, if you guys are okay, I want to give her an opportunity to come back and ask this question again. Charlie, go ahead and email us again, and give us some more context. It's perfectly fine if you give us context, but if we don't have context, we can't really. We can hype. We can. What's the word I'm looking for? My adult words leave me after a certain hour.
Hypothesize.
Hypothesize. That's the word.
Pontificate.
We can hypothesize. Yeah, we can pontificate, right? But we can say, "Oh, she's at work," or "Oh, she's a woman that works at a gym with all men," but we don't really know. So,
Chris,
you can give us an
I have to
entire
answer.
backstory. She likes to mud wrestle.
I have no. Here is what it is. So
Okay.
you're right.
Yes, posture.
Charlie is a woman. Charlie
Hmm.
and Crystal are the same person. We're clear on that. And what's happening is Charlie is literally walking past mirrors all day long and seeing herself.
And Crystal mean mugging.
Right. And so she doesn't know how to do about it, and she's feeling intimidated by the
By the
mirror
image
image
that she
of herself.
sees. Oh,
Exactly.
that
One
you
thing,
just
one
pontificated.
well, let
one
me
thing that's pretty generic about the whole thing, though, to me, is if you're a person and you walking around and people are always staring at you, it's probably you're a polarizing person. You may need to find a way to be more comfortable with it and use your power for your benefit and accept who you are, accept your ability to draw that attention. That's generic across the board.
I
But
mean,
I gotta go, fellas. By the
yeah.
way, that's my last word for the day. I gotta take off.
We do not care.
Happy birthday,
Right.
Chris. Happy New Year's, Wes.
My Cash App, Robert, is, you can send me, some Cash App tomorrow morning.
Oh, that's cool. I'm gonna
And
send.
then
What is it? I'll send it out to a bunch of people and see if they can help you out, bro.
I'll text it to you. I'll text it to you.
All right, man. All right, y'all, man. Happy
Yeah.
birthday, Chris.
Yeah.
See y'all next
Just
year.
know that Robert's not going to be here next week, y'all.
Wait a minute, it's your birthday, Chris?
Tomorrow.
Chris, is
Tomorrow's my
it your
birthday.
birthday?
Tomorrow's my birthday. Yeah. I got a birthday hat
Happy
and everything.
birthday, King.
Thank you. I turn 42 tomorrow. So
All right, fellas.
My
Good night.
God.
unfortunately, when we did this show, we didn't have YouTube Live. We only had Clubhouse for you guys to talk about your birthday. Shahid's is in March. I don't care when Wes's is. Shan's is old. No, no. But so here's the second question that we got from Dr. Jacqueline. Third. Sorry. Here's a question from Jacqueline. Do men tell their male friends if they have a side piece or not? So first of all, Jackie, if Dr. Jackie, first of all, stop cheating. You can't always get the code to get the man code. That's the honest to God truth. Thank you, Carla,
Let's
for
start
the happy
there.
birthdays. Yeah, let's start there. You can't get the man code, right? Women have a tendency to want to know, the inside out or the inner workings of men. I will tell you this. I have a very close friend that he was in a situation where a woman was, and he's married, where a woman was coming on to him. And he told me about it because he wanted me to hold him accountable to not go the opposite way because he loves his wife and he loves his family. So in that
Wait, go the
instance,
opposite
yes,
way. What do you mean? He's
go
gay?
towards go towards the woman and start sleeping with the woman that was making advances on him. Right.
Right.
So I was his accountability partner. Have I had friends? Absolutely. Black men don't cheat. Have I had friends that have had a side piece and I knew about it when I was younger? Yes. But I don't think we called them side pieces. I think we just called you were just a player back then. I mean, hell, I'll be honest. When I was dating a young lady in 2000, that's what I'll say. She was a junior at Spelman, and I was dating a freshman. I had them both. One was for extracurricular activity, and the other one was my main girlfriend.
Did you tell anybody about did you tell anybody about the extracurricular chick? Any of the homies?
I lived in a boarding house, so my homies knew. I lived in a house with like 6 other guys. They knew what time. I didn't have to tell them. They saw. So, but once I got older, 20, 25, 30, after 30, I think a lot of those shenanigans cut off. I knew, I had male friends. I don't think any of my married friends had side pieces. Guys that were in relationships may have had them. And I mean, you just kind of know, it's kind of like, the code. Yeah, man, it's my girl, but we not, this ain't my girl. You kind of know. But it's just kind of also like an unspoken thing. Now in my 40s, I expect you, if you're a man, honest with me. Because the honest truth is I can't go to bat for you and I can't go to war for you if I don't know all of the details. And we're friends like that. Now, again, I have a certain level of friendships that we have that code, right? We're not going to step out. Now, you may be, polyamorous and you need to tell your wife or your girlfriend, then that's a different story. So, I'll let the other fellas chime in. Do male friends tell their women? Shahid look like he ready.
I'm gonna go ahead and say no, but it is kind of like what's understood don't gotta be explained. You know what I mean? Like,
yep.
when you got a boy that you close with, you already know what's going on. You don't have to come out and say, because first off, men with side chicks don't call them side
advertise.
Chicks. You know what I mean?
We don't advertise.
You don't give them that title because for one, you know what I mean? Side chick is a demeaning term, and if you have one, you're not gonna give her that label just to make, you know, if you want to keep everything copacetic. But yeah, like I've never explained to my boy, like, you know, he know who your girl is, and then through conversation, you know, you probably mention the quote unquote side chick in conversation. He might even meet her occasionally, but telling, you know, he know her name. I'll say that. He know her name. He might even, you know, have to lie for you. So he does know, he is aware that you may be having some extracurricular activity outside of your partnership, your girl or whatever. But so I guess that is a yeah. I guess that's a yes. But men, from my understanding, men don't just come out and say, hey, this is my side chick. You know what I mean? They just, you know, they know you got extracurricular activity going on.
Yeah, I know. So here's the thing. I've only had in my entire life 5 committed relationships. Only 5. So there was a high school girlfriend. It was a girlfriend right after high school. It was the girlfriend that I had when I was in the Army. It was my first wife and my second wife. Those are my only committed. I am yours, you are mine. There's nobody else relationships. Right now, I've been with lots. Right, it's more than I'm ashamed. You know, but I've never cheated. I've never I've never had sex with another woman while I was in a relationship with one of my while I was married. I never cheated and had sex with anybody else. I've never cheated, right? So I'm guessing here that in the event that I did have another woman, one, I can't really relate because I tell my woman that I'm interested in somebody. So because that's what I would want my woman to do for me, right? I'm really big on truth. So I'll be like, yo, I'm almost getting ready to smash the homegirl in 3 houses down from us, or she's coming on at me. I'm just letting you know. I'm putting it out there, so I won't do it now. But if there was that case, if I did a business trip, okay, you know what? Let's say I did a business trip, right? And I had to fly to New York, and I had to stay out in New York for a week because there was a fashion convention that I had to deal with, and I met somebody out there at happy hour, and we got drunk, and next thing you know, things happen, and she happened to live in LA. I met her in New York, but she lived in LA, and we wanted to continue that. I can't see myself talking to any of my friends about her while I'm with another woman. And the main reason why is because it's kind of like the reason why, like, if you ever seen spy movies, they get you get rid of all the loose ends. You know what I'm saying? When somebody gets assassinated in a film, or the bad guys, they kill all the witnesses. It's just easier to kill all the witnesses because you don't have to worry about, dead men don't talk. So my thing is, say for instance, I was cheating on somebody, which I wouldn't do, but if I did, under the circumstance that I gave you, if I told my boy, I can't see. That's leaving a loose end that may backfire on me later.
You don't trust your boy because your boy might get mad at you.
Have to kill him.
But see, now I really don't trust niggas because I got a homie that I was with I got a day one that tried to bang my ex-wife last December. So, and that blew my mind. This is somebody that I've really poured into. He was a mentee of mine. I spent a lot of money on him. I taught him a lot of shit. And then, next thing I know, he's trying to screw my ex. So I have an issue. So that's the kind of shit you hear in the movies, or you hear in, you read in a book, but you never really experience. And then when you like, damn, I didn't know humans could really do that kind of shit. But I experienced that myself. So again, that requires wisdom. So I'm a little long in the tooth. At 49 years old, I've been around a little bit, so I move a little differently.
Right.
So I'll be extremely cautious at this age. I ain't telling nobody nothing because ain't no telling how they gonna be. Ain't gonna telling if the person I'm talking to really behind my back want to be with my main woman. Look at all you got to do is listen to Drake songs. Drake is he's the simp, emperor and shit. And so all his music, you know, even just listen to Marvin's
The
Room,
simp
right?
emperor.
Just listen to Marvin's Room. I know he's there. I know he ain't there because you calling me now. It's just that kind of stuff. So I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't, and I don't think many mature men would tell their
Right.
boys about chicks that they screwing on the side. That's just I'm speculating though.
So
So
there was a
Shan,
time that I would use nicknames but this is I'm as a single person. So I I got a boy right now that I can tell him, I can go, yo, I talked to Biloxi, or I talked to, Boston, or I talked to Netflix, and he'd be like, "Oh, okay," or I'm talking to Netflix and Biloxi at the same time. I was out with Biloxi and we was spending, da da da. I can say that to him, and as a single person, he'll know that I'm dealing with more than one woman, right? But in a committed relationship, it is my goal to only have one woman, and I can't see myself um, not being able to confide in my friends, because I have some of their secrets, and it's not cheating secrets, but I have some of their secrets, right? Some things that they want to take to the grave, right? And I'm a vault. I mean, I feel you, Shan, on the day one sleeping with your ex-wife.
No, he didn't
I,
sleep with her. He didn't sleep with her. He
oh,
tried
he
to.
tried to.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
No,
well,
my ex, she ain't like she don't get it. But he tried to
so
bust that move.
so Shan, let me if I are you done, Chris? Go ahead.
yeah. Go ahead.
So Shan, let me throw this at you too, because I absolutely agree with you. And generally speaking, as we mature, we tend uh, to gain a little bit more understanding about human nature and how people move, and we become a little less. I won't even say less trusting. We just become a little more
Apprehensive.
cautious about.
Yeah.
Right. So let me ask you if this resonates with you as well, bro. One of the other things I think that happens is, like, I remember the younger I was, the more it felt like when you had a great experience with a woman. So cheating or not, whatever the scenario might be, just when you had a incredible intimate relationship or situation with a woman, it didn't feel as though it was real unless you told someone. Like, you had to tell your boys. Actually, telling the story was more exciting than the event itself. Matter of fact, you embellished the story even because it became more exciting. But then what I noticed, at least for myself, and I'm wondering if it resonates with you, because we're of a certain age. The older I got, the more I began to be able to enjoy those moments, those intimate things, without telling someone, until I got to a space where actually the beauty of it, and it became even more special when no one else knew what was going on, what I was experiencing, how wonderful this situation was. So I'm wondering, does that resonate with you?
So what you
No,
saying, Wes, is that you was in a room, you be in a room with a whole bunch of chicks, and you smashing three of them, and then neither one of them know. Okay, I got it. Go ahead, Shan.
that was me in college. The answer is no. I've never identified with that, and I know what you mean because my friends told me, the homies in the hood, but nobody knew about me. So West for me, all of my friends growing up, smoke weed except for Shan. Some of my friends smoke cigarettes except for Shan. Everybody drunk. They drunk St. Ides. They drunk Old Eagles 800. They drunk Cisco. Remember Cisco's? Y'all nigga, I'm predating some of y'all. They drank
Yes,
Cisco.
yes, yes.
I know you know, Wes, but I'm talking about the youngsters on the board. They drank. Guess who didn't drink? Shan. I kind of reveled in what are y'all niggas doing? All right, I don't want to do that. That was just kind of my thing growing up as a youngster, 16 years old. What are you guys doing? Okay, I'm not doing that. That's why I never got into professional sports. Oh, y'all love the Raiders, y'all love the Chicago Bears, y'all love watching sports. All right, fuck sports. So now
Right.
today I know
Gotcha.
nothing about sports. I don't care about sports. I do not care about the Super Bowl. I don't care about NBA finals. I don't care about watching no game. I don't give a shit about who hit a home run. I don't know. I don't care. I don't watch sports. But all my friends did. And so while all my friends was out there having sex with a lot of women and talking about it, first of all, I didn't lose my virginity until I was 17 years old after I graduated high school. See, I graduated high school at 16. And that summer, I lost my virginity, and it wasn't intentional. She took it from me, right? It was a girl that I was dating. She didn't do it. Wasn't assault or anything like that. But when I went over her house, I didn't know I was getting ready to
Nah,
get
you
something.
told her she was 24, man.
No, that was a different chick. That was maybe the third chick, the 24-year-old that I thought was too soft, and her body was soft and weird. But so even when I lost my virginity, I didn't tell anybody. And so when I started having sex, I didn't tell anybody. When I got in the Army and I started having lots of sex, I didn't tell anybody. When I got to college and it got really when it was wild, and I was kind of a guy to get in college. As Chris just explained, we'd be at the party and it'd be 6 women in there that I took them all down. They didn't even know it. And I was like,
Right.
yo, and I'm being friends to everybody. Hey, and I give that one an eye, but I make sure she only saw that, and another one an eye, and she only saw that, and another one an eye, and she only saw that. And they all thought that they were special. I get it. I'm embarrassed, and that was a bad way. I did not have dick discipline when 20 years ago, but that kept my mouth shut because I knew if I told Frat what I was doing, these niggas is hating or they trying to do what I'm doing, or it was so I hear what you're saying, but I wasn't. I not me,
Yeah.
Wes. I shut up from day one, from 1908 when I lost my virginity in the summer of 1989. From then on, I didn't tell anybody anything about even my best friend DeMarco, rest his soul. I didn't really tell him about my sexual experiences either.
I just want
And
to
so
say
I certainly wouldn't, and now I damn sure wouldn't tell anybody, but I wouldn't even have a side chick. Based on this question, do men tell friends if they have a side piece or not? I wouldn't have a side piece.
Yeah, now that I think about it, man, I'm not even in a space where I'm not gonna say cheating isn't possible, but my last relationship, I didn't cheat, and prior to that, I was in college, and my roommate was doing his thing, I was doing my thing, so it was kind of a bro code that we did not violate. But I have noticed as I got older, especially now, like, men, when it comes to women, operate on a different frequency. So like what I've noticed, I'm very close to chest when it comes to women around other men, because I could say something loose about a woman and I'm talking about the girl of your dreams, and to me it was just like you know what I mean, like whatever.
just
But
a loose comment. Yeah.
that's the woman of your dreams. So like to Shan's point, like, I've noticed men keep intel. You know what I mean? So it's just like, you could say something about a particular woman that you got, and the whole time he's keeping intel on you and what you got going on, and he can bring that back to your woman so he can get his bid in. You know what I mean? So but like I said, when it comes to women now, as many people know, my dating life with women is a little different. So I don't have that problem.
You do not have that problem, sir.
Yeah, nah. My woman though, she know about it.
So Colin, do your male friends tell you if they have a side piece?
I mean, a lot of them don't. It's really just one. Just volunteers that information, and uh, he sometimes have some stalkers, and they tried a couple of times to probe information from me, so I know why this question is being posed. So they could just indirectly. Anyway,
Dr. Jackie is trying to get some information.
Yeah. So it's like if it's just all across the board, yes, then she's gonna start going homeboys to find out intel.
Facts.
I see what she's doing. But
Dr. Jackie gonna be like, I knew it. Your friends tell you. First of all, stop lying, Dr. Jackie. You don't know.
But yeah, overall they don't. I'm glad they don't, because y'all know me. I'm not about drama and all that kind of stuff, and I like to keep life simple. So just like Shannon, I don't have side pieces. I don't entertain the idea of side pieces. I really value and pride my peace, and entertaining a lot of energies, chaotic energies, can really thwart my life. Like, I don't need that in my life. I'm very analytical, and I'm always weighing cost and benefits. So it's just like, my favorite thing to say is trouble doesn't know trouble cannot come to you if it doesn't know your address. So
that's an old folks saying.
Yeah, so call me old, but I just think a lot of people are going through what they're going through today because I don't know, I think they feel like they need to feel something. They need to have some kind of emotion, and that's why all this drama and craziness is happening right now. So it's pretty sad to see, but But anyway, that's my stance. So a lot of people don't tell me about their side pieces, only like one homeboy. But of course I don't tell anybody because I don't have side pieces. But yeah, that's me. I'm boring.
And life
is good.
You gonna take that information to the grave, Colin?
What'd you say, Shahid?
Say you gonna take that information to the grave?
To the grave.
Ladies, you're safe. All you aspiring side chicks, you are safe. Your secret is safe with your main
guy.
Your guy. What is he called in the reverse?
Your guy. Actually, a lot of women who are the other woman, they call the guy that they're dating, they call him their man. And so to the tune of, they tell other guys that try to talk to them that, hey, I'm in a relationship.
Wow. And see, that's what happened with August Alsina. See, there was he had a perfect setup, and that's why a lot of brothers was mad at him, because he ran off and ran at the mouth. He got hurt and whatnot. He was smashing Jada Pinkett. You smashing Jada Pinkett, and you in your entanglement, and Will knows about it, and he's kind of like turning a blind eye, and everything was all good. And just because it broke off for the time being didn't mean that you couldn't slide back. But you fell in love, and you ran, and of all the people you gonna tell, you ran and told a blogger. You blew the whistle. Everybody was like, bro, you was in a good situation. Situation. So
there's an unspoken rule that you are not supposed to break G code. If you, I can't believe I'm saying it. If you are in a situation where you are knocking down something else that ain't yours, shut up. Like,
yeah, man,
shut up.
He was a perfect side nigga. Perfect side nigga that didn't. That was in a good situation. He's probably even getting an allowance.
I have been in a situation before as a single man. let me where and I was with somebody and they were in a relationship and nobody knew. I'm not saying what year. I'm just saying in my lifetime, after I turned 17, graduated from high school, I have been the other man, and I shut up. I was very quiet.
Do you guys believe? Do you believe, Chris, in the law of reciprocity?
So I'll be honest with you. Yes, because God, I can't believe I'm saying this. All right, so here's what I thought. Right, in 2000, yeah, I'll tell it. It's fine. In 2007, my ex-wife was dating or
Smashing the homies.
No. Check this out. Messing around with her coworker, and I thought it was because of what I had done in years previous, right? From 17 to whatever year. So I'm like, damn, maybe this is my fault. Fast forward, there's some other stuff that happened. I'm not gonna put dirt on her name, but she messed around, and I just couldn't trust her. So I thought that was because of what I did to someone else when I was in college. I said earlier, I was dating a junior and I had a freshman. Now, and it's so crazy because the freshman was super gullible. She was so gullible. I can't remember. I don't remember her name. I don't remember where she was from. I knew she was a Spelman freshman that lived in Packer Hall. That's all I remember. And to this day, I want to ask her to forgive me because I know I did her wrong, right? But I was cheating on my girl who was a junior at Spelman with this freshman. I felt like that's one instance where I thought that karma had came back to my door. Now, the truth of the matter is, when I sat back after I divorced, now mind you, that was 2007, 8, and 2007 and 2008, where my marriage was tumultuous. When I sat back and I got divorced in 2017, I decided not to blame myself for that because here's what I realized: people are going to do what they're going to do. People are going to people. Now, it may come back to your kids. It may come back, to haunt you. Karma is a bitch. Just, karma's a bitch. It's true. The Bible says, what you sow, you shall reap. I firmly believe in that without a shadow of a doubt. You just don't know when it'll come back and in what form it'll come back. It doesn't mean that if you sow an apple seed, it'll come back as an apple, right? It may mean that it may come back something completely different. So in reciprocity, in equal reciprocity, meaning what you dealt, you'll get right back. I just can't say. I do believe that it'll come back. I just don't know in what form. So, I mean,
Got it. Well, I don't know what I see. Kelly wrote. That sounds more like karma, not reciprocity. There's no difference in that. What's the difference? Karma. The karma is reciprocity. If you if educate me, I'm not. I don't pretend to know everything. I just think I know a little bit about this. So explain to me, Kelly, the difference between the law of reciprocity and karma, because from what I understand, they're one and the same.
So I'm gonna read the definition real quick. It says karma is the sum of a person's actions in this and previous states of existence, viewed as deciding their fate in future existences. The informal definition is destiny or fate following as effect from cause. The definition of reciprocity necessities.
It's interchangeable.
RECI.
First of all, I went to Morehouse, sir. Okay, don't do that. Reciprocity is the practice of exchanging things with others for mutual benefit, especially privileges granted by one country or organization to another. So the difference is that karma. Where am I?
I found it. I got the question right here. It says, is karma reciprocity? It says the belief in karma holds that every action we take, there is a reaction. In social psychology, it's called reciprocity. And it's a powerful force. One might also call it a need or motivation. There's another one that says the law of reciprocity, better known as karma. Right. The law of reciprocity, or better known as the law of karma, is you reap what you sow. Karma is real. Karma is your bond to the past.
But Mr. Austin gives a perfect description of the two, the difference in the two in the chat. He says reciprocity comes directly from the source that you sent it to, and karma comes from the universe regardless of who you targeted. So reciprocity would be
Nice.
Yeah.
That's
Reciprocity.
literally what I was about to say.
But wait a minute.
Basically
But
that.
isn't that? Well, wait a minute. So isn't that's not vengeance?
What?
So
Wouldn't that be
it
vengeance
can
if it's
be.
coming directly from the person that it was launched at? That's almost like revenge, right?
Well, if you do harm, for instance, what comes back, that vengeance, if it comes back directly from that person, that's also, yes, it's vengeance, yet, but it's also reciprocity. You're reaping what you sow in that moment from that exact person
From that
that
source.
you exacted that exactly,
Oh,
exactly.
and you know what? And why did I choose violence? Because it could be something good too. I went
Right.
I went to the dark place.
Exactly.
I'm sorry.
Right.
So
so vengeance by definition
Come
is
on back, Vader.
retribution for injury or wrong.
you
Let
know,
me say that
we
again.
the dark side over here, baby. We the dark side.
By
Darth Vader. All we do is kill, kill, kill.
hilarious. So by
So you guys are
definition,
telling me that reciprocity, Mr. Awesome is saying reciprocity comes from the source that you sent it to. Karma is from the universe. It could be something that I
yep,
did to a stranger,
Right.
yep,
like where me and my best friend were stealing carburetors out of VWs a long time ago, and the next thing you know, my car gets totaled. That's karma.
correct,
Because I did bad to
correct,
this person, some bad shit happens to me
correct,
over here.
correct.
Reciprocity is I did bad to this person. Next thing you know, they did bad to me, probably in sevenfold. I got you. Thank you.
Right.
You steal
Reciprocity.
$10,000 out of the joint bank account, and now you got to have a roommate to pay your rent. That's karma.
Thank you. Thank you for
Reciprocity
the
is
education.
directly. Karma is indirectly.
Thank you
But
for that.
yes.
I'll
That's
make
my
sure.
five-figure
I'll make
amount out of
sure
my
that
account.
that'll be part of my future teachings. I'm gonna act like I always knew it, but that'll be.
Own that thing.
That's what's up, man. So when I was in the Army, I told you guys the story about when I had got deployed my second time to my second tour my combat tour overseas. I was delayed and I was left here in America while pretty much the entire base went to Africa, and I stayed back. And so I was this young black tall brother with a whole bunch of lonely wives.
I was about to give an old one. I am underscore Mr. Lego.
I'm listening to that.
Ladies only. What's your age range? Do you have an age range?
Chris, we listening to your stuff.
Between 30.
Yeah, I'm listening to you and Mr. Let Go. We all hushed up for you. So, and shout out to Mr. Let Go. I follow his podcast. Here I am, this young brother that's on the base and with a whole bunch of lonely wives. A lot of lonely wives. And extremely. And we had the PX, which is the post exchange, which is we had the commissary, which is our supermarket. And everywhere I go, I was like a piece of meat, man. And so this one army, some from a different unit, like maybe triple deuce infantry. This one wife, she tried to make something happen. And then it was at that point, and I think I had to be 22 years old, 20, maybe 21 or 22 years old, something like that. She wanted to smash, and I didn't want to have sex with her. And I said, you know why? I will not have sex with a married woman. I'll have sex with women, but if you married, that's where I draw the line. And it was at that young age, right? Fucking 28 years ago that I said I won't have sex with a married woman because I don't want shit to come back on me, because one day I want to be married and somebody's going to end up fucking my wife if I fuck you. And so I didn't have sex with with any of the married women that was there. And then I kind of lived by that rule for a long time until after my first divorce. While I was working, I met a girl out here in LA after my first divorce, and this is when I was just cutting everybody. If I was just being, because I was upset. I was, I was smashing everybody. I was smashing friends that I never smashed. I was just doing all kind of terrible shit, right? And I ended up having sex with a married woman who was fed up with her husband. Her husband was always working. A young girl. I'm talking like she was probably 26, and I think maybe he was 27. They were college friends. I'll go so far as to say they were both. She was in a sorority and he was in a fraternity. He wasn't in my frat, but he was in a fraternity. I didn't know him, but I met her and I ended up smashing her. And I remember when I did it, I said, man, I told for the last 15, 20 years, I had told myself, because this is 2011 that this happened. So I got out the Army. So this is almost damn near almost 15 years later. I was like, man, I told myself I'd never have sex with a married woman, but I did now. But I didn't really care. I was like, it's all good. I went this far. It was good. And then I get married again. Now, here's the thing. There was no infidelity on my second divorce. It wasn't that she had sex with somebody and I had sex with somebody. That's not the reason why. But the point is, the marriage still failed. The point is, I still ended up in divorce court. And a lot of times I think today, did I lose my second marriage because I had sex with that married woman? Back in 2011, wow. That's always. I have to live with that for the rest of my life. I have to live with.
I'm with you.
Is it because I smashed another man's wife while she was mad? And she liked me a lot, man. She wanted to buy me stuff. She was a housewife, by the way. He was working and he was making enough money, and she just was bored and she was sick of him, and they were arguing all the time and just going through newlywed shit. She had no children. I had no children. They're still married, by the way, with children. She had kids, and she blocked me on everything to make sure that she doesn't see me anymore, right? But the point is, I did that, and it went against my own personal constitution. I broke my own moral code, and then a year later, I met my girlfriend, and then we got married in 2000. And then next thing you know, I get a divorce in 2019. And not every time, but oftentimes I sit back and I think about, I wonder, did the universe punish me because I screwed that man's wife while he was at work and he knew nothing about it? So I say that because I heard Chris say, he told the story about what he was doing and and then he told the story about his wife. And I wonder, do you guys believe? That's why I asked you, do you believe in the law of reciprocity or karma? Thank you, Mr. Austin, for explaining it to me. Do you believe in karma? Because I wonder, when we do the things that we do, especially when it comes to matters of the heart, do we consider our own future when we're doing it? Or are we just so damn selfish that we need to get that nut off, that we don't give a fuck about the future?
So for me, I don't think that it was necessarily karma for my life. I know that my ex-wife made a choice. You had a choice to, sleep with this person or not sleep with that person, or, regardless of what I did or did not do, she made a choice. Right now, there are things that I could have done as a husband in a preventative method, which would have made me more attractive in my wife's eyes, but it did not lead to divorce. And I don't condone condemning yourself because somebody else did something. And I didn't hear the whole story, but I'm not condemning myself for my divorce or the infidelity that was in my marriage, on my side or hers, right? I'm not condemning it. I'm not going to be like, oh man, because I cheated when I was 17, 19, 20, no. No. You grown, you did what you did, own it. And that's that. Now, if my actions directly led to it, then I definitely can say, yeah, okay. Like if I was, like you said, the young lady that you messed around with, she was sick of her husband. They was arguing all the time. If I am helping them argue, then I'm directly responsible.
No, I wouldn't
That's
part
what
But
of
I
that.
think.
Chris, and
Go ahead.
I would go
What?
so far as to say that you could absolutely be helping them argue by creating some sort of narrative in her head, or something going on in her head because you're there, that then causes her to be in a space that she wouldn't otherwise be had you
But here's
not
the
be.
thing. What Shan said is that they were already arguing before he came around.
Yeah, it happened before me. It
So
predated me, but am I still complicit in the continuance of that, Chris? That's what I think Wes is trying to
you
say.
no,
Yeah.
and I get that, right? I get that. I 100% do. But is it your fault that your marriage ended because of that? I can't say that like with conviction. Depending on how your marriage ended. Now, if you contributed to it, if you told your ex-wife, hey, I was smashing this other woman, and and then she turns around and she goes to, goes to smash another guy, and I did this. I, I mean, if you're giving her out, no, you can go ahead and, you go ahead and do that. I won't be mad because I did it. And she does it so much now that she's living a different lifestyle. I mean, you kind of deserve what you get, but it just is happening, And again, I don't remember. I wasn't here for that part of why your marriage ended, but I don't think that. I think karma comes back in a different way. Um, I do.
But
I just do.
so
So
so really quick, I'll be super quick. I definitely feel you, Shan, and I have had a. I'll be transparent. Well, I won't go too far into it, but basically, my
please
my
don't.
ex-wife, right, my ex-wife, we had that. We began while she was. I'll say it. We began while she was married, and I don't know if part of the contribution to the end of our marriage was my karma. But to Shan's point, though, the most important thing for me as I uh, as I evolved was, and we didn't have, at least as far as I'm concerned, on my particular part, we didn't have infidelity. Uh, Only she knows what's what. But in my involvement, man, I realized that I don't even want to have the thought, especially now and in the next relationship. I don't want to have to even consider whether or not my wrongdoing, my ill intent, is the cause of the breakup, or is, I'm getting some sort of karma. So for that reason alone, I refuse to be dishonest or have any infidelity in my relationship.
Cool. Mm-mm-mm. Jerron is super
Jerron.
quiet. Jerron,
Hey, because I believe in it. I believe in karma, man. I only messed up one time, and that was like when I was in high school, man. And that's all it took for me, messing around with somebody else. And I was in a relationship, and yeah, it
Dirty
came back
dog.
to me twofold. So I learned from an early age. So ever since then, I believe in doing what's right. So I do believe in karma. I do believe it's real because I've not only seen it happen to me, but I've seen it happen to other people too. And I'm the type of person where you know I'm very observant. So I pay attention to circumstances and situations. So if it didn't happen to 3 or 4 people around me, then I believe in it. I believe it's real. So I try to do unto others how I want them to do unto themselves, and I try to just treat everybody with respect because that's the same thing I would want, and I definitely want to go through that again. So yeah, I definitely agree with karma.
I can dig that.
Jerron, what did you do?
All right,
It's all about your dirt, brother.
Look, Jerron looked up to the side. He said, "Man, we're not about to relive that one. No, we're gonna
You
go ahead and
dirty
bypass
dog.
that one altogether." So here's the deal,
So
folks.
wait, Jerron, see you sit there so quiet all the time, Jerron. You a dirty Negro, ain't you? Tell us. Go and tell us. Tell the
No,
Oh
audience.
no, man. I said that was high
Jerron
school,
watches
man.
Thursday Night Football.
No, he's a Cancer.
That was high school, man.
Okay.
See, you can't say that.
Thursday Night Football.
We don't care. You don't get, disrespect don't got no expiration date. I don't care if it was high school.
Hey, what's the old saying that the Bible saying? When I became a man, I put away childish things.
Tell him, Jerron. You ain't in the streets no more. You ain't for the streets. You for the highways. So, real quick, I want to switch gears again. I think the questions that we get are definitely awesome, and just share this video with your friends. Share it on your social media. Share it to your Facebook page, your Instagram page. Share some snippets, right? We would love for you to do that. But also, if you have a question in the future, make sure you email us at questions@aabma.live. It's in the chat. You can see it right here at the top of the video. But here's the thing that I want to do for you guys. I know that where is her name? Good God, she loves Shan, and Shan thinks that she doesn't. Her name is. Let me see if I can find her. Miss Parker, back to the basics. She loves Shan. And Miss Parker, if you'd like to come up and ask Shan your personal question, we can put Shan in the hot seat. We can put Shan in the hot seat. But here's the thing. Here's how the
ask a black Shan anything.
If Wes would be quiet, I'm going to explain to you guys how the hot seat works. You can come and ask any question. Now, they do have the right to decline the answer, but they will answer truthfully. So if you want to ask,
answer, it has to be the truth.
It has to be. And now, mind you, I have vetted these guys. I've been with these guys for almost a year now. So I will tell you that they can ask. They will answer. They're very truthful. Jerron is still young, and he's looking to be married. So, he's single. So, if y'all want to ask him, y'all want to get him to talk, y'all make sure y'all come up. Y'all can put Jerron in the hot seat. Man. Oh, you not?
No, I need to make sure I say that because if she comes on here and hears y'all talking, I'm not single, so no.
Wow.
Look how Jerron moving. Jerron moving in silence over there. He was single over the summer. You hear me? He was single over the summer. You know what I'm saying? This must be a new love. You know what I mean? Back when we started in April, he was single. No, if you have a specific question, congratulations on your relationship, Jerron. I look forward to be grown-ups like you and Shahid. When you, Shahid, and Colin one day. It's interesting out in these streets. Leah came to Atlanta, y'all, and she did not even make an attempt to see me. And if y'all don't know Leah is fine. I didn't know she was cute. Like, she fine. But that's a whole nother story. Carla,
if they don't cam up, it ain't true.
No, man, I seen it. Seen it.
What up, Wes?
Shan.
Hey, can you remove Colin? Can you replace me with Colin? So I want to join the dark side just for tonight. And since we put all the brothers, the little lovey-dovey brothers down at the bottom.
But Shahid ain't lovey-dovey.
Yes, he is.
Shahid got a whole to be in the middle.
I am lovey-dovey.
Shahid's not.
It's just spread out wide.
Listen. So y'all need to put me at the bottom. I'm lovey-dovey. I'm all warm and fuzzy. I ain't know. I'm the neutral guy. At the bottom. That's true.
Yeah.
This the 42 and up club up top.
Yeah, it's the big OGs. We got the big OGs on the top row, and we got the little OGs
young boys, young men. No, so if just FYI, guys, if you don't want to cam up, if you don't know how, there is a link in the chat. You want to click
Yeah,
that.
she's
It
not gonna
actually
pull up.
says
She
that's
ain't gonna
fine.
pull up.
But if you want to put one of us in the hot seat, if not, we're gonna say goodnight because it's about to be New Year's Eve, which it's about to be demon time.
Happy New Year's Eve.
Shahid is multi-lovey-dovey?
Lovey-dovey.
Nah. Y'all know Carla's actually cute too. She just don't post pictures, but she's short, so she loves her
Short.
5'2".
Oh,
Yeah,
That's the best
Carla's
kind,
only
boy.
5'2". Yeah,
That's a spinner.
like
That's what we call spinners. You a spinner.
let me find out.
you gotta get closer to the camera, Wes.
Carla's a spinner.
Let me find out.
She probably gonna be mad at you, Shan, for you kicking the love of her life out, but
Oh,
I'm just messing around.
Business
Anyways,
business is
hey,
business.
Any last thoughts or comments before we oh yeah, she fun size, Mr. Austin. Carla and Leah. I don't know if Leah's still watching. I ain't seen her make no comments lately. Any final thoughts?
It kind of all depends. Like, so when you think of, cause see, I watch porn, right? And so I'll be looking at I'll be peeping out black. See, y'all don't watch porn, so I'm gonna give y'all some porn game, right? This is porn called Blacked, right? And it's like what?
You ain't never heard a grown man say he watched porn before?
No.
Not on a live YouTube show.
Hey, everybody don't hide it, bro. Some people
hey, listen. It's not that I never heard it, right? Shan is so honest. Like, he was like, so listen, I watch porn.
Thank God Clifford's not here.
I know.
He just came right out with it.
Because of me and my mouth.
Came right out with
I'm
it.
probably the reason why Clifford ain't here. But it's cool. I was just gonna talk because we talk about. Okay, I'll remove the porn
Tell
part.
us about Black.
Shan Hub.
Yep. We talk about like small women and having fun with small women, but tall women is fun too. Tall women is fun too. I know. See, ladies, listen, the reality is, and the reason why a lot of men get kind of sexually excited when women are small is because dominance in bed is a turn on for us. And right now, there's a lot of men imagining, they're right now imagining going to Pound Town on somebody nice and small and fun size, because imagine that we can dominate. But also, I don't know how many brothers have been with women that are tall, generally 5'8" or taller. That's an amazing experience as well. To climb that tall tree or to fold somebody up. Because
listen.
So, women are just amazing. Now, when you get to the extremes, that's where it's like, okay, so when you're talking like a woman that is 6'4", 6'3", 6'2", at that point it's like, oh, that's hard. That's tough. When you talk about a woman that's like 4'10", almost down to a little person size, it gets a little weird at that point. But fun size and tall trees, that's a nice thing. I was going to make a story about the porn thing, but go ahead, Wes.
I'm going to make a quick confession. First of all, let me just say this.
Wes watches porn too. That's the confession. Wes watches porn too.
I cannot, confirm or deny that. But every size is fun size because there's a lot of challenge and exploration in diversity, right? But I'm gonna tell you something, man. I have always had a thing for little people.
All right, we're done. That's it. I don't hear no more confession. Where
On that
Usher
note,
at? These are my confessions. No.
Listen.
are we out?
Listen. We are not make. This is not a confession. No. If you got any, Wes, go see a priest. Okay, go see a priest tomorrow at noon, high
Intervention.
noon. When the bell strikes, they are in the and make sure they don't come out their own little closet and try to get you. You tell them, yeah. God Almighty. So I'm going to suppose nobody has a hot seat once. No, Mr. Austin. You know what, Mr. Austin? Do you have a confession? Would you like to come up and make your confession? You are with us every single night.
If no one is coming on camera to put us in the hot seat, throw us on out of here. We out.
I mean, I'm not opposed to that, but I want to give Mr. Austin the opportunity to come up and make his confession since his New Year's confessions. No, but yeah, if no one is putting us in the hot seat, it's perfectly fine. I don't have any more email questions that came out, but Shan, you did bring something up that sparked something in me, but I'm gonna save that for a later time. I do love fun size. I am 5'8", and to your point, Shan, I've had a woman that was 5'9". I mean, to me, that was tall. That was big. I mean,
Taller than you? Yeah. Because I'm 6'2".
I'm 5'8". She was 5'9". I mean, but she was big.
Right.
She was a stocky 5. I mean, not fat, but she was like built. And I'm like, bless the Lord, oh my soul. That was adventurous. But smaller women are foldable, so they can fit into smaller places. That's enough.
Yo.
Facts. Anyways,
I'm not gonna start. I'm gonna be good.
We are.
You got me. You got my boy.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I got files just flipping.
Miss Parker says she back to the Miss Parker says she 5'3", but she also has not cammed up yet, Shan.
Miss Parker
I
is a
don't know
spinner?
how legit.
Miss Parker's a spinner?
Miss Parker, cam up for Shan. Hit the link so he can see you tonight. He need a friend. He need a meal. He need a hot cooked meal tonight. So yeah. Anyways, Jerron, man, Shahid, Colin, Shan, Wes. It has been honestly a plum pleasing pleasure to do this with you gentlemen, to be here with you guys since July 1st, I think was our first episode, when we fussed and we chided over whether we should do this on a weekly basis, whether it would be worth us doing it weekly or should we do it monthly. I remember the days when we did Ask a Black Man 4 times a week on Clubhouse, right? I remember the days, when it would start at 7 and it would end at 4 a.m. For free. I remember when we had no order, no structure, and we literally were just guys from everywhere that didn't know anything about each other, but there was this one little inkling of a possible dream of what possibly could be, and here it is today. It is living and breathing, and we're here. I definitely don't want to belabor the point. I want to tell you guys, it's been an amazing year with you guys. It's been a trying year for all of us. We have lost people. Thank you, Princessa. We have lost people. We've lost friends. We've lost family members. We lost people we don't know. But one of the things that's greatly important for me is to see vision come to pass. And I'm not tooting my own horn when I say I wanted to do this, but I am glad that you all wanted to do it with me. That we could do our t-shirts, right? That we can have something so that we can say that we accomplished something, so that we can look forward to something beyond just getting on Clubhouse for several hours, and we can reach multiple people, and we can reach, wherever, we can go, wherever to go, where we can go from here. I mean, we're not even a year in, and we are where we are. So I want to say thank you, Wes. Thank you, Shan. Thank you, Wes, for being around and keeping your clothes on for most of the podcast. And being the number one mud wrestler, the number one go-to mud wrestler. Thank you, Shan, for keeping me focused business-wise, and being the other side of the balance that I actually need, because sometimes I am a little soft in the heart in reference to business, because I want to believe the best in people. That is one of my Achilles heels. The softness, the wanting to believe the best in everybody. It's a gift and a curse. Colin,
get you right,
thank you. Say what?
Vader will get you right, though.
I don't know who that is.
Darth Vader will get you right.
Oh, that's true. Colin, thank you for being the consummate gentleman. And thank you for having so much love for your queen and sharing that with us, and being here. I'm glad that you came back from COVID, because I personally know what it's like to have COVID, and I don't wish that on my worst enemy. Shahid, thank you for being the tallest man on the podcast. Thank you for being funny. Thank you for being present. And while you are still young, there's so much wisdom that you have at 33, soon to be 34. I'm gonna make it to Arizona one day, and we're gonna ride some horses. And if I fall off, you better not put me on camera, because I'm gonna fight you. And if I can't fight you, I might just shoot you in the leg. So, pick your poison. No, Jerron, you are steadfast, honest, and true. That is a theme of Morehouse. That's actually in the alma mater for Morehouse. Morehouse asks us men to make us steadfast, honest, and true, and that's what you have been. And I appreciate you. As we close this year out, I would not have wanted to do it with anybody else other than the guys that even the ones we started with. I would not have wanted to do it with anybody else other than you guys. We have not had any drama that has caused us conflict that we could not resolve. And it's been the best short 5, almost 6 months that I've had with accomplishing something. And I pray that we can push this thing forward further, farther, and better. And last but not least, y'all make sure y'all turn in your drops, and make sure they 10 seconds so we can post them on Instagram. Anyway, y'all do your outros, man. Again,
no outros.
Outros. Say goodbye one last time for the end of the year.
Chris, well, thank you, brother. And happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you all.
Happy birthday, bro. Happy
and
birthday.
My Cash App is right there.
Happy birthday, Chris. Happy birthday. Happy New Year, everybody. Wow. Thank y'all for getting us to 1,000 subs. It's going to be a bigger, better 2022. It's going to be a wonderful 2022, because 2022 hasn't happened before, so it can't be bigger, better. But we really appreciate every one of y'all for being on this journey with us. This just turned from an idea into a full-blown out show, and we are making progress. So really appreciate you, brothers, and love y'all. Y'all part of my extended family. Love, peace, hair grease. Be safe out there for New Year's. Watch out for Omarion. He's out there. Make sure you be safe out there New Year's. Peace.
And my Cash App is right there.
Just man.
Let's go.
Chris.
Yes, sir.
Chris.
Yes, sir.
I've always wanted to ask you this, man. If you don't mind, if you could be a little candid.
I do not want to mud wrestle with you, Wes.
And I appreciate that, brother. And I appreciate that. But how do you please a plum? Because it's always plum pleasing. So how? I'm trying to understand, brother. I'm trying to understand. Am I missing something? Should I be spending more time in the produce section?
So I'll tell you. So when you get a plum, it looks like something that you've seen before, and it's split right down the middle. So when you get one, you have to look at the split and make sure you at the top of the split and not the bottom. Now you might like the bottom, but
So you looking at the ass? So you fucking looking at fucking a plum? You looking at it like it's an ass or something? Like a nice ass?
Hold on, Sam. You're being a little too vulgar.
I'm logging out.
Finish preaching, brother.
So I'm just gonna leave it there. I'll let your imagination wander. I actually heard that 2007. I think it was just somebody that was just trying to use flowery language, so they would say plum pleasing pleasure. So I just would roll with it, and they would also say super fantastic. So I would use that too, because that was the language of the business. So I just adopted it and never really let it go. So I was on my who's that? Who sings that? Shoulda let you go. Shoulda let you go. I don't know who sings that.
Yo.
Have you ever pleased a plum, brother?
Ooh, yeah.
No, but I did fuck a stuffed animal when I was a little boy.
Wait, no.
The confession time is definitely over.
I think I was 12. I was either 12 or 13, and I had my sister had this lifestyle. My sister had a life-size teddy bear, big ass teddy bear, and I cut and I had started masturbating. So I was about maybe 13 because I had started masturbating around 13.
Oh my God!
That boy put that thing like he was a dog.
No, man, look. So my father would hide the Playboy magazines and the Hustler magazines behind the water heater in our house, and I discovered the porn tapes. So when I got home, I would watch the porn tapes, and that's how I learned how to masturbate. And I came the first time looking at a Playboy magazine.
Hey, Shannon,
Corey Rawls.
But look, we're still live, Shannon. They can hear
I don't give a fuck. So my sister had this stuffed animal. So I cut a hole where the pussy would be, and I fucked that stuffed animal when I was around 12 years old.
Oh my God. This is my last show.
We will not be monetized.